Welcome to another episode of Birdie Me, the podcast powered by Backswing Golf Events, where we sit down with over 250 of the most talented and inspiring women professional golfers who collectively run over 2,500 events a year nationwide, raising millions of dollars for charity in the process. Tag along as we learn from their stories, from their struggles, their highs, their lows, and apply it to your own game. My name is Nick Johnson. Let's start the show.
Welcome to Birdie Me, the podcast. Powered by Backswing Golf Events.
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. Joining me back from the bench, Anthony Valverde. How we doing this week? You had a major case of adulting is what I'm going to sum it up to.
Just a few major life events have happened lately. What's going on, everyone? Good to be here. Good to be back. Missed you guys. Good show last week. You guys crushed it.
What's going on, Anthony? Tell us some of the new news. You have some good news for us, I hope.
Oh, you want to get right into it, do you?
I think our audience wants to hear it.
Yeah. So last week, I officially became the new director of golf for the Crosby Club in Rancho Santa Fe. I am over the moon, ecstatic, happy. I'm going to have a smile on my face. I don't care if I make bogeys for the rest of the year. I'm pretty happy right now. I can't wait. I start here next week. And so a lot's been going on. Recently moved into a new place, just to name a couple life-changing events. But yes, thank you. So,
not to put you on blast, but you're about to be Papa Verde here coming up soon.
And
got one in the oven.
Yes. Sorry, I kind of missed that life event. We're expecting a baby boy in September 20th. I can't wait for that. He has an in the womb name of Ace right now. I figured I have no hole in one, so why not create one? Name him Ace.
Love it.
I like it. Mackenzie, you might have to, do you have any like manuals or books you can give Anthony, get him started?
Oh yeah. Sleep training. Very, very big deal. If you're like schedule oriented, I am a big sleep advocate and I just can't function if I don't sleep. So it's more of like sleep scheduling when they're born. Like you're not really training them. You're just kind of doing good sleep habits. So you're going to want to hit me up in September for that. So you'll probably call me like day 3 of having him home and be like, okay, Mackenzie, I know what you're saying. Like, help me. So.
Yeah. How long are we talking about? How long is this training going to take, you think?
It depends. So with my son, so I'll tell you a quick funny story. When I was pregnant with my son, he was our first, I told my husband, I said, I want to hire a sleep lady. One of my golfer friends hired this lady and her kid was sleeping 7 to 7, so 12 hours by like 12 weeks. And I was like, I need that. And my husband's like, I'm not paying for that. We don't need somebody to tell us how to, get our kid to sleep. Kid you not. We got home from the hospital 3 days in and he looked at me and he goes, you call that sleep lady and get her over here immediately. And she came over. I would say it's a hard 4 weeks of like really consistency. And then he was sleeping 7 to 7 by 8 weeks. And my daughter was 7 to 7 by 10 weeks. And that was my second. And I knew how to do it all, second time around. But it's really not about like, I think there's a lot of misconception on sleep training stuff. And it's really not about them crying or anything. It's implementing good sleep behaviors. And there's so many things you can do early on. And I can't wake up like and function with my 1-year-old. Like that's just not for me. And so you don't have to live that way. So I can help. All my friends call me and literally it's like my second job, like except I don't get paid for it. And like all my friends are like, can you help me? I'm literally helping one of my friends with her twins right now, her twin boys. And they're like 5 weeks old. And she's like, we're dying. Please help me. So
Wow.
yeah, fun
Okay.
fact.
Please answer your phone here in a few months, and I'll pay you your hourly rate.
Well, it sounds like Anthony making bogeys for the rest of the year is probably pretty easy to do. So we can get that started right away. And Mackenzie, we might have another podcast on our hands. Moms with Mackenzie or
Yep.
Mom Life,
Sleep
something
training.
like that.
Sign me up.
Sleep training. Well, I have my first date with an actual woman later today. So we'll see how that goes.
Actually, yeah, I
You
was.
know,
Oh gosh.
it sounded better in my head. But yeah, I do have a date later today. Kind of nervous about it. Nothing a couple old fashions can't fix, I'm sure. But yeah,
Where are you taking
see how that
this?
goes.
Where are you taking this young lady?
She's taking me to some sort of whiskey bar because on my profile it says I like whiskey. So,
Oh, that's cute.
which is true, which is true. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm, contrary to popular belief, I don't have like a lot of game with the ladies. So, we'll see how this goes. Anyway. This podcast isn't about me. We're talking about today. We have a special guest, our second guest of the Birdie Me podcast. Mackenzie, who do you have for us this week?
So Michaela Finn. Michaela Finn lives in Florida, and funny, we went to the same college. So we both played golf at Kent State University in Ohio. We were never teammates. I graduated before I think I graduated and she became a freshman. There might have been a couple years different in there. I think we were 5 years apart. But Michaela is a big asset to Backswing, and she's been working for us now. I think this is her third season with Backswing, and she's phenomenal to work with, and she has great game, and she's playing full Epson Tour. So you're going to learn some good things from her. She's from Sweden. So really cool gal. Very, very excited to have her on here.
Coming and joining us now, she hails from Sweden. Michaela Finn, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be able to do this.
Sorry to pull you off the golf course.
No, you're all good. I mean, I like doing this type of stuff and help out, and hopefully I can inspire one another and see where it takes it.
Love that. That's what we're all about
Yeah,
here.
Michaela, thank you so much for joining us. You just got out of a pro-am, from what I was told. How'd the pro-am go?
It was, it was a long day, but it was fun. It was good weather. That always helps, but it's a very long one.
Where are you playing? You're at a Epson Tour event right now, right?
Yeah, so right now we are in Hurricane, Utah, and usually it speaks for itself because it's very windy, but today we got lucky and it was beautiful weather.
Nice. Always a fan of Utah. I spent a lot of time out there in the wintertime. You've been on the Epson Tour since 2020, it looks like. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I guess they're kind of counting 2020, but that was COVID year. I just played a few events to get my feet wet. So it wasn't officially counting. So 2021 was my first full year.
I think, Anthony, the one thing you might want us to talk about the most is the Augusta National Women's
Yeah.
Amateur, which you played in 2019, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us all about it. I'm just, I want to live vicariously through you just for a moment, or help us all live vicariously for all our listeners. And yeah, what was that experience like leading up to it, qualifying and stepping foot on such sacred, holy grounds?
So it's the top 30 in the world and then the top 30 American. So it was really, really tough to get into it. I think I was ranked 42nd on the world ranking at the point. And I know I was one of the last people getting into the event just because there were so many international playing being up high. So when you got to Augusta, everything was, you were treated like a princess. It
Mhm.
was crazy. It felt like every dream just came true. Not only the golf course, but everything around it. When, meeting the Shermans, having that dinner, anything from having a lot of major champions there talking about their
Right.
careers, networking, and I think my last day when we were playing Augusta, I just remember walking up to the tee, and I go and I shake hands, and all of a sudden I'm like, gosh, I really recognize this face. And then I look up and I'm like, oh my goodness, that is Baba Watson. I just shake Baba Watson's hand. But having them come out and support us too, that was really great to see. We need more of that. Both ways, women to support men, no men to support women, um, in the golf world. So Augusta, there was this qualifying course. It's called Championship Retreat. That's a really tough course itself. But playing Augusta, it was not a grass draw. That was not perfect cut on that golf course.
Right. Oh, that's amazing.
I also I also remember coming home from this. We had this kind of interviewing with Annika and some other pros. They've been playing for a very long time. Then I remember coming home to the hotel room and looking at my pillow, and then there's a bracelet from Tiffany Company. So every player came home from this amazing meeting, and then you coming home to this present that's laying on your bed with a bracelet that you will remember for life. So you really got treated like a princess.
Wow.
That's amazing. Anthony, I take it you've never been to the Hall of Grounds?
Thanks for bringing up a sore subject. As a PGA member, was one of my biggest motivations to finish my Class A membership. We get free tickets, and so I am 0 for 2 since having my PGA membership, and I'm not going to miss a third one. That is for sure. I'll be there next year. I don't know if my wife knows that, and my future son will be 6 months old. But maybe I'll have to like fly in my mom as an extra babysitter or something to help with that process. But I'm definitely not
You
missing
can
the Masters next year. I can't wait.
you can fly me in. I'll be your babysitter. Um, well, I was lucky enough to go. I've gone twice now. Um, if I give any sort of advice, is go for the practice round and the par three, um, par three day, because during the tournament you can't take any pictures. So during the practice rounds and the par three, you can take as many pictures as you want. So, but what that makes me think of is there was a post from Nelly Corda maybe a couple weeks ago where she had a dream that she eight putted at Augusta to lose the tournament. Uh, Nelly Corda just made it to number one in the world again, so congrats to her. You have a very solid resume so far on Epson Tour, especially in the Tour Championship. I wanted to pick your brain a little bit on. There was a round in 2021 where you were basically on 59 watch. Ended up shooting 61, but as someone myself that struggles with keeping your foot on the gas and keeping a round going, like what was your thought process while you're going through that round? Like you're obviously on fire, right? But once you get closer and closer to that 59, was it on your mind the entire time? Like what happened?
Me and my caddy was just really good at staying in the moment, but I obviously when I started rolling into like 8 and 9 under, I told him I was like, I'm not holding back. I'm going for that 59, and I do remember lipping out two putts as well, so that was
Mm.
a little frustrating, or it would have been there. But